Mtu yeyote ambaye anaenda kupiga polisi, mtu yeyote anaenda kuvamia police station, that is a declaration of war in the Republic of Kenya. It is not acceptable. Sijui kama tunaelewana, my friends. No, enough is enough. Haiwezi kuendelea tena. I will protect property ya wananchi wa Kenya, maisha ya wananchi wa Kenya, biashara ya wananchi wa Kenya. It is the responsibility of the government of Kenya, which I lead, that is going to make sure hii vita ya kuharibu mali na kuchoma biashara ya watu itakoma. It must stop. Sijui kama tunaelewana. And we are going to use whatever means that is available to make sure that we stabilize the country. We cannot accept mayhem and anarchy to destroy the development we have in this country. Mimi nataka niwaambie viongozi hawa wa kuishiwa hapa, kwa sababu wanazunguka hapa town. Kwanza niliona ati wanasema ati sasa hawatangojea 2027 ati tupige kura. Ati wanataka kupanga fujo. Ati wapange maandamano. Ati wachome mali ya watu. Ati walete maafa Kenya. Ati ndio wapindue serikali ya Kenya kabla ya 2027. Mimi nataka niwaambie wajaribu. Watajua hawajui. Wajaribu. Allah. Hii ni Kenya ya demokrasia, my friends. Kenya ni nchi ya demokrasia. Hamwezi kutuambia ya kwamba mnaweza kupanga fujo ati mpindue serikali ya Kenya. Tafuteni vizuri.
Yourself and it's on record. We want to advise you that the one-term movement is not getting you out of power outside the Constitution. Mr. President, nobody wants to throw you. Nobody wants to overthrow your government. Nobody wants you out of power through unconstitutional means. Mr. President, I and the people we work with are on record. We want to remove you from State House through the ballot in 2027. This narrative you are creating that there is an attempt to overthrow your government is for you to have the opportunity to use the Terrorism Act to profile communities and to persecute leaders who are opposed to your administration. Please relax. We want you to serve your one term. Nobody wants you out of government unconstitutionally. Nobody has any plan to overthrow your administration, Mr. President. We want to face you on the ballot in August 2027. So just relax and stop crying wolf that anybody wants you out of office unconstitutionally. There is no leader here who is planning a coup, and none has the capacity. And nobody is interested. The leaders in this country, and indeed 95% of the Kenyan population, want to humiliate you at the ballot. They will relish that moment. None of them would want you to go out through any other method, unless, of course, you decided to resign on your own volition. So please stop creating this narrative. This narrative is to enable you to use anti-terrorism law to persecute leaders and to persecute the Kikuyu community. If you speak out online, Mr. President, you want to use the Terrorism Act to harass people. If you dare challenge your administration, you want to use the Terrorism Act to deal with people who are opposed to your administration. My fellow Kenyans, let us not be deceived. William Ruto has stripped away even the pretense of democracy. What we are witnessing is not the rule of law, but the rule of fear. This is not the behavior of a government that serves its people. This is the machinery of outright dictatorship. Finally, I want to announce to the people of Kenya that tonight I will be traveling to the United States of America to talk to the Kenyans in diaspora and the international community about the state of the nation. I would have wanted to stay in the country at this very difficult time when our people are under siege, but I have engagements that I'm not able to postpone. I've been threatened by people close to William Ruto, who called some of my people today, that they will want to stop me from leaving the country. I have no problem. If you want to come and arrest me at the airport, as you are threatening us, you can go ahead. I don't have a problem. You cannot sell fear to us. you know, even if you sold us fear, we cannot buy, you know. And therefore, as I'm out of the country, unless I'm stopped from going, and if I'm stopped from going, I'm still okay. I'll be here because this is my country. We have made sufficient arrangements with other leaders in the united opposition to create a pool of lawyers to come in through for our young people who are being persecuted on trumped-up charges of terrorism. And I want to explain. I have heard the president saying that people have attacked police stations and the law courts. It was all stage managed by the MP for Kikuyu. How do you explain that people can walk into a police station and they are not armed and take over the police station from armed police officers? How do you go to the courts that are guarded by armed police officers and touch them? All these attacks of vital installations were stage managed by William Ruto through Kimani Ichung'wah to create the opportunity to prefer charges against people using the Anti-Terrorism Act. That is the reality. So nobody has attacked any police station. They were all stage managed by government. And what is happening is history is repeating itself. This is exactly what Moi did in the 80s against the Kikuyu community. After the abortive 1982 coup, he used sedition laws and the clandestine Kenya movement to profile the community and hold people into court, and they'll be taken by Bernard Chunga after 5 p.m. This is history repeating itself. I want to ask our people to be calm, to be cautious, and to be strong. I want to appeal to our young people, the Gen Zs. Looking at the scenario of what is happening and what William Ruto has planned, I want to ask my children, my sons and daughters, to consider applying the next onslaught against the President William Ruto by getting IDs and registering as voters so that they can deal with William Ruto on the ballot. Because I fear for them. Anytime they go out to the streets, they are killed like chicken. I would like to preserve to us these children. We would like to live with them. We would like to see them grow. And when we look at the desperation of William Ruto and the brutal force he is using against these children and the use of state militias to attack them, I would like to plead with them to consider, to join us, we in the opposition.
Saizi Mungu ana expose. Ukienda kushoot in Kenya, there's always a camera rolling. I think ni Mungu. It's impossible to shoot. Ukienda kudrag mtu kwa nini, there's always a camera rolling. Napenda kitu mheshimiwa amesema. Wewe polisi, ukishoot Mkenya, ni wewe. Ni wewe. President tutadil naye venye Mungu atatulead. Lakini wewe ukishoot Mkenya, I want to reiterate that so many times. You mean mtoto wa polisi. My father was a chief inspector. Yeah? And was. Hata nasema naogopa. You know, the police service, because now we have a police force. The police service was a pride of this nation. Mimi nilikuwa niende nikuwe polisi, ni vile nilikuwa mfupi. Yeah? Hata nashukuru Mungu sikuenda. Ndugu zangu, cousins wangu, uncles zangu, everybody wanted to go to Kiganjo. Everyone wanted to be a policeman. Watu walikuwa na bribe mpaka wakuwe polisi. Sasa hizi nakutana na polisi kwa street. Anaanza kuji-explain. Anaanza ku-apologize. Mimi nasalamia tu polisi kwa traffic. Sasa mdosi, Erick unajua? Erick, wacha nikwambie kitu moja. Sisi wote. Why have you made that uniform so heavy? Yeah? It is no longer a pride to be a policeman. Yeah? So the police force, yeah? Wewe ukiwa an individual, usichukue order ya kuua Mkenya mwenzako. Kumbuka wewe before ukuwe polisi 3 years ago ulikuwa form 4. Yeah? You wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer. Na uko na bibi. Sasa umejipata wewe ni polisi, umejisahau. You are a Kenyan first before you are a policeman. To the Kenyan government headed by Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the president. Malizeni muende. Malizeni tu muende. Na msipochunga hamtamaliza. Because enough is enough. Hatuwezi Maze leo tuko All Saint Cathedral. Tena maze nishapigiwa simu ya Ndumberi. Natoka hapa naenda tena kwa familia nyingine, mtoto amekufa. Tena naanza kuchanga. Tena saa tu tena naenda kumwaga mchanga. Tena nikienda kulala niko na mtoto maze. I've buried 8 people. I've buried 8 people in 1 month. Sasa nimetoka Kisumu kujenga shule, nimekuja hapa mheshimiwa, nikasema sasa niende nikae na Kalia. Simu ndio imeingia. Sasa Erick, nakupigia mtoto wangu amepigwa risasi. Tuchangie, tunazika. Tena naenda kuzika. Tena nikizika huyu nikienda kupumzika, tena simu inaingia, mwingine ameshutiwa. Mtoto msichana mdogo hajafika hata 10 years. Hayuko kwa maandamano, ako kwa sitting room. Tulisema tutaandamana, tutavurugana, tutatukanana, tutapigana, lakini hatutauana. Kenya Police, wacheni kutuwekea kasongo. You are the one with the gun. Wewe ndo na cock. Wewe ndo na shoot. I'm speaking to you as the son of a policeman, and I'm not proud to say that statement. Wherever my father is, I'm sure anageuka kwa hiyo grave yake. Yeah? 39 people are dead, they're not yet buried. Hundreds mheshimiwa wako kwa nini? Wako Kenyatta. I think we can also say enough is enough. To the Gen Zs, do not worry. Do not worry. This will be the last liberation that this country will experience. Kulikuwa na wale wazungu, kukakuwa na multipartism, this will be the last one. And I want to tell you that this government is worse than the white man. Huyu Boniface, hakuna tofauti ya huyu Boniface na Dedan Kimathi. Hakuna tofauti ya ule Albert Ojwang na Dedan Kimathi. They died and shed blood while fighting for a nation. Ni kama wale maumau. Mimi nimesema, hawa ndio maumau wetu. Every generation has their heroes. These are our heroes. And we will celebrate them as our heroes. And when time comes, God willing, these streets zitaitwa Boniface Mwangi. God bless you.
No way they can run away from this responsibility of killing the Kenyans they have killed. The Kenyan youths have been killed by this administration. They started very peaceful demonstrations, but the government saw it fit to invite goons to come and tarnish the name of this protest. So the back fully stops the president of Kenya, Mr. Kasongo Ruto, has to take full responsibility for the deaths of the Kenyan youth of this generation. And I want to urge the Kenyan people, and I want to thank them so much, because we as parliamentarians, we know parliament is under siege. We are not able to pass laws that are able to change the narrative of this country. But I'm so happy that when people passed the Finance Bill 2024, the people of this country came out strongly and supported us, who are in opposition, and we saw the president recede on his decision. It is the right time now the Kenyan populace take upon its hands to chart its way forward. Kwa sababu uongozi ambao tuko nao Kenya ni watu ambao they are so greedy, ni watu people who are power hungry. And I want to ask Kenyans, next time unachagua president, tuangalie history yake. Tuangalie mtu mwenye ana njaa ya power. It is not a must you kill people so that you can lead. It is not a must uwe watu ndio ukue kiongozi. Hiyo uongozi inakuja na inaisha. Uhuru alikuwa president. Right now tujui mali alienda. Hata wewe Kasongo utaenda. Lakini damu ya watoto utabeba hadi kwa kaburi. We are saying this, we will not be cowed. They have tried to, wamejaribu kutu-threaten, kutu-blackmail. Juzi marafiki zangu wameshikwa wameandikiwa terrorism charges. In this country, in your own country, unaandikiwa tu ni terrorist. Hatutakubali kuishwa kwa nchi yetu. Mali Kasongo alina visa ya kuzaliwa Mkenya. I'm a Kenyan by right, and I'll stand fight. As a mzungu says, it always darkest at dawn. Hii ni kitu inapita, tunajua takomboa nchi, na ni uchungu sana kuangalia. Serikali imeshindwa kupatia vijana ajira, wale wenye wameamua kuhustle kivyao wanajaribu kutafuta riziki yao, inakuja na wapiga risasi in broad daylight. This is a matter that we should not take it lightly. Yes. We have to give it the seriousness that it deserves. Ule kijana ameamua kujihasulia asikae idle. At least na serikali kataa kumpea kazi. Serikali inaona kitu muhimu ni kumpiga risasi. Na tunaambia polisi, once umeamua kupiga hiyo risasi, you shall take personal responsibility. We'll be dealing with you individually. Mambo ya kusema police unit, hiyo ni hekaya na ni hadithi. Wewe ukiwa mtu tunadili na wewe, tunapelekana na wewe na familia yako hadi mwisho. So, hii nchi hatubembelezani kuishi kwa nchi, na hatutakubali maisha mengine yazidi. Kama mtu ako na wadadamu atafuta watu wengine, si wa Kenya. Kama ana wadadamu atafuta mali kwingine, si hapa Kenya. So we are saying we are condemning this act, Ile pia tumeona mauaji imefanywa juzi, Mando alisema tumeweka security. They still go ahead and kill so many people, even innocent children. Watoto hata wajui Kenya ni nani anaongoza. It's such a shame. And it's such a shame as a country that we've come to this. We should never get to this point again. Asanteni sana, we ask of you msimame na familia na simame na familia. After that, hiyo mambo ya kesi pia tutasimama nayo hadi dakika ya mwisho until justice is served. Yes. Thank you so much and may God bless you.